Good morning, Orange County. Welcome to the Orange County Constitutional Officers Oath of Office ceremony this Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. Immediately, I'd like to thank our County Mayor, Jerry Demings, and the entire Orange County staff for their assistance in putting this together today. It is a very, very special day. My name is Mark Pafford, and we're going to move the ceremony along as quickly as possible. Please stand for the presentation of colors presented by the Orange County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
The national anthem was performed by Phaedra Brown. Our next item is the Pledge of Allegiance, and that will be recited by the tax collector's daughter, Hillary, the clerk's children, Anthony and Aiden, and the property appraiser's children, Eli and Xavier. You guys go ahead and step up. Start when you want.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job. Today's invocation will be delivered by the Reverend Vance Rains from First United Methodist Church of Orlando.
Please join me in a moment of invocation. O Lord our God, you who are known by many names and known by many signs throughout this beautiful world, we pause now to invoke your blessings upon this occasion and these our chosen leaders, as they swear and affirm oaths to the offices, responsibilities, and people they will serve. May they be reminded of the power of a good word spoken, promises made, and commitments kept. As they speak these solemn promises before you and us gathered here, may you confer upon them gifts of skill, leadership, wisdom, knowledge, and discernment, and character. Throughout human history, in every place and every culture, you have called forth men and women for the task of leadership and service for the common good. May these before us serve faithfully in that same spirit. In the name of all that is holy and good, just and right, we bow our heads now in humility and praise, as together we say, Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Y'all may be seated. Some introductions of some special people that have joined us today, and if I do not have your name, I apologize. County Commissioner Nicole Wilson. Hi there, Nicole. And I do not have the name, but somebody is representing Commissioner Christine Moore's office. Commissioner Myra Uribe. Commissioner Maribel Gomez Cordero. And Commissioner Emily Bonilla. Senator Victor Torres from the Florida Legislature. And Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rolon. Did I get it right? I got the R perfect. Thank you. The next gentleman I'd like to introduce is a man who I find an amazing person, a mentor of sorts, and somebody I really enjoy listening to. Let's all welcome Orange County Mayor Jerry L. Demings.
Good morning to all of you. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to welcome you to the 2021 swearing in of our constitutional officers. What a privilege it is to live in the great nation that we live in. I must give some recognition to our soloist who sang the national anthem. Please join me in giving her another round of applause. She did a fantastic job, and I also want to recognize the Orange County Sheriff's Office for the presentation of colors. It reminds me just how great of a nation that we do live in. We are indeed one nation, under God, indivisible with justice for all. What a privilege it is to serve as the mayor of Orange County. I welcome our constitutional officers, especially our newest member, to the Orange County family. I'm joined by members of the Board of County Commission today to welcome you here to this ceremony. We will swear in the senior member of the constitutional officers, Bill Cowles, who has been the longest serving constitutional now, to those who have been reelected, including our Orange County Comptroller, Mr. Phil Diamond, our Clerk of the Courts, Ms. Tiffany Moore Russell, and our tax collector, Mr. Scott Randolph. But we will also swear in our newest constitutional officer, our property appraiser, Ms. Amy Mercado. And she is certainly here with her entire family, a political family as well. I flew in last night from Washington, D.C., after having gone to participate and observe the swearing in of my wife, the Honorable Congresswoman Val Butler Demings, who was sworn in for her third term to the 117th Congress of the United States of America. So I do understand for the family members who have joined us here today, just what a privilege it is to see your loved one being sworn in. And so with that, I'm going to turn it back over to our Master of Ceremonies, and then we'll proceed with the swearing-in ceremony. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Mayor. So our first oath to be administered today is to our new property appraiser, Amy Mercado, who was elected in 2020 as the first woman and first Puerto Rican to serve as Orange County property appraiser. She's also a former legislator in the Florida House of Representatives. Amy? Property appraiser, I should say. Our property appraiser will be joined by Fred Mercado, Corinne Mercado, and Nadia Mercado. The oath will be administered by Jean Wilson. And if everybody can make their way, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you. And I would also add, because I did bring half my family with me, my mother, my grandmother, my dad, my uncle to come join us, because this is a momentous occasion for them as well. Where's Jean? Okay. You want to do Andasa? You can do it there. You guys. Yeah. Hello. There's always room.
All right. If you repeat after me, I, Amy Mercado, do solemnly swear that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and of the state of Florida, that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and I will well and faithfully perform the duties of the office of Orange County property appraiser, on which I am now about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning y buenos días. Thank you all for celebrating this glorious day with us, and thank you to my colleagues and fellow constitutional officers for so willingly indulging me with the plans and preparation of this event. A special thanks goes to the following people: to the super strong and independent Latinas, aka Mom and Grandma, who raised me and took every day as a new day and made things work on their terms and never backed down. To my dad, who lives and breathes politics and public service. To my great uncle, who entrusted his medical care to me. To my super Republican uncle, who challenges me every day for the better. To my siblings, those that are biological or blended, and those that have adopted me throughout the years. To all my children who have sacrificed birthdays, graduations, special events for all of my public service. And the two little ones that you heard today they're mine, but they're my godchildren. I didn't birth them. I will hold them dear all the time, and there's 3 other siblings that they have. To my husband, who envisioned my elected service years before I ever had an inkling of running for office. For my extraordinary campaign team, who kept me grounded every single day. To my Mango team who leaned in from day one. To my legislative team, who never once skipped a beat. To my mentors, old and new, who answered every single call without hesitation. To my awesome volunteers, supporters, donors, endorsers, who jumped in fast and furious to make countless calls, lit drops, sign waving, etc. I would also like to acknowledge the people who have come into my life, even for a short season, and have left, as a dear friend says, their heartprints on me. Those include the women who have passed and paved the way before me in this town. Most importantly, I want to thank the voters of Orange County for believing in this team, for voting for me, and making me the first woman in Orange County, and I believe the first Latina Boricua statewide. The honor and responsibilities do not escape me. Now, on to the real work at hand, which is fighting to get out of this pandemic stronger and better than ever. I am looking forward to meeting the team at OCPA, as well as rolling up my sleeves with them and take on the challenges ahead. We will find our way out. We will go left. We will go right, or through it if we have to, until we get where we need to be, even if that path zigzags or goes in circles for a while. Keep being brave and beautiful, Orange County. Gracias por darme la oportunidad de servir al pueblo. Juntos logramos todo. Sí, se puede.
Thank you to our new property appraiser. The next oath to be administered will be to Comptroller Phil Diamond. Phil, you can come on up. He was elected in 2016, a former Orlando City Commissioner. He'll be joined by Linda, Catherine, and Michael. The oath will be administered by Mayor Demings. However you want to do it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Let me get here with this first.
I am.
Anxious to see me come back.
Please repeat after me when I say state your name. State your name. I state your name.
I, Phil Diamond,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I'm duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office
under the state,
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties
of
Orange County Comptroller. That I will well and faithfully perform the duties of Orange County Comptroller, upon which I am now about to enter. So help me God. All right, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I've administered the oath many times, but normally it's to Deputy Sheriff, so I had to remember not to say Orange County Deputy Sheriff. So anyway, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everybody else. Good morning. I'm here to announce the tourist development tax collections for the month of November. Wait, I won't be announcing that until later this week. But what I would like to do this morning is thank some very important people, starting first of all with my family, my wife, Linda, my daughter, Catherine, my son, Michael. This year has been very difficult and very challenging for us and for everybody in the community, but I really appreciate all the support and love you've given me over this past year to enable me to do this job and to get through the year. I'd also like to thank everybody who helped elect me and re-elect me. I really appreciate your vote of confidence, whether it was knocking on doors or whether it was making phone calls or writing checks or whatever. I appreciate it. It means so much. Your confidence means everything, and I appreciate your friendship and support. I also want to thank the men and women of the Orange County Comptroller's Office. Even before this year and all of its challenges, we knew you were the best with the way that you've carried on the proud tradition of our office, the only independently elected comptroller in the state of Florida. We carried out that work with cutting-edge audit and investigative work, so much so that we played a significant role in reforming state guardianship law to help protect Florida's most vulnerable. We've improved government transparency and accessibility. We've made records easier to find. We've made our records compliant under the Americans with Disabilities Act. We've moved surplus property auctions online to enable 24/7 access for citizens and residents of Orange County. We've brought in millions of additional dollars for county taxpayers, and customers now electronically record 80% of our official records. You know, our staff met the challenges of COVID without missing a beat. They split schedules, split offices, and worked remotely. However, we continue to pay our 8,000 first responders and public servants without fail. We paid the county's small business vendors, and we wrote an extra 50,000 COVID relief checks to support our community in just months. This past year has been challenging, but our future is much brighter. I appreciate the confidence you have placed in me, and I will work every day tirelessly to continue to do a great job for Orange County. Thank you very much.
And Mayor Demings, we've put the call into Chief Mina about his new deputy, so we should be good. The next oath to be administered will be to the Clerk of Courts, Tiffany Moore Russell. Tiffany was elected in 2014 as the first African-American female clerk elected in Florida and the first African-American clerk in Orange County. She's a former Orange County commissioner. Tiffany will be joined by Anthony Russell, Jr., Anthony Russell III, Aiden Russell, and the oath will be administered by Circuit Judge Alicia Lattimore from the 9th Judicial Circuit.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Tiffany Moore Russell,
Do solemnly swear
that
I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution
I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution
and government of the United States and of the state of Florida,
and government of the United States and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state,
that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of the office of Orange County Clerk of Court, on which I am now about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and it is Happy New Year to all who have joined us and all who are watching us via live. It is such a beautiful day in Central Florida and a great day to join my constitutional officers. I think this is the first that has happened where we have come together and not had individual oaths, but have come together to share this platform to come and bring into office together. I want to thank Mayor Demings and the Orange County family for hosting us. This is their complex, so thank you for welcoming us today. I'd like to thank the citizens of Orange County for providing me with the opportunity to serve another 4 years as your clerk of court. This is the first time I was elected unopposed, so it was a great time, but it also gave me time to truly focus on the pandemic and what was happening in our court system. And we definitely had a very challenging year. I want to acknowledge the presence and thank him for his support, my husband, Anthony, my son, the other Anthony, and my son, Aiden, and my parents who are here with me physically today. I want to thank you for your support. They have to sacrifice as well because we are away from the office. We have to attend fundraisers. We have to attend so many events. So I thank you publicly for your support of my endeavors. And to my family who is watching us, and when I say family, I'm talking about my blood family. I'm talking about my extended family, who I call my village, who support me regardless. My church family, my sorority sisters, my queens, and all the other people who, anytime I ask Phaedra, they say yes. And so I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you so much for having my support over the years. It takes a lot to serve in public office. And I want to send a huge thank you to my supporters, whether you gave financially or you gave your time. I say thank you for continuing to believe in me as a public servant and thinking that I should continue to serve the citizens of Orange County. Now to the 400 plus employees of the Orange County family, who I think I have the best clerks across the state of Florida. I want to thank you for your support and dedication and believing in the mission that I bring to you. I know oftentimes I come into the office and I say, I want to do something, and they say, here comes the clerk. She has a new idea. But I want to say thank you for allowing me to lead you, and thank you for serving this great community. And now, as we look forward to the next 4 years and we continue to navigate this pandemic, I know that we will continue to believe in our own strategic plan, which is to focus on being beyond a digital transformation opportunity. We will continue to focus on our employees. We will continue to increase access to justice for our citizens in this community, but while also continuing to be fiscally accountable to the citizens of Orange County. I know that together we will continue to grow and expand our services to this community. Again, I thank you for the opportunities to serve, and I continue to be your Orange Clerk. Thank you.
Our next oath will be administered to elected in 2012, and he also is a former member of the Florida Legislature. He'll be joined today by Susanna Randolph and Hillary Randolph, and the oath administered will be by Stuart Buchanan.
There you go.
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Scott Randolph,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution
that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution
and government of the United States
and government of the United States
and the state of Florida.
and the state of Florida,
That I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state,
under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties
of the office of Orange County Tax Collector,
of the office of Orange County Tax Collector,
of which I am now about to enter.
of which I am now about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. I want to first thank my wife, Susanna, and Hillary. As you can tell, probably from the cane, my wife has been serving triple duty over the last month as a nurse, teacher, and wife. And I want to thank her and thank my daughter, Hillary, for being here, who has been with me for every oath of office from the time she was 9 months old till when she turns 9 in just a couple of months. And usually Judge LeBlanc, who traditionally swears me in, called me a couple of days ago and said he'd hurt his back. And so I told him between myself and with the cane and him and his back, it'd probably add an hour to the ceremony if the two of us showed up. So thanks, Stuart, for standing in at the last minute. I want to say thank you to my fellow constitutional officers. As Clerk Moore said, this is our first time together doing our oath of office, and I think it's fantastic that we're all here today to do this together. Thanks, everyone else, for being here today. And I want to thank Mayor Demings and the commissioners for being here as well, because it's hard to imagine that just a few years ago that we would have such a refreshing spirit of cooperation amongst all the constitutional officers. And I want to thank Mayor Demings for his leadership in that, and the commissioners as well in making that happen. And of course, I want to thank as well my senior leadership team who's here as well. I was blessed in 2013 to inherit great talent in Cindy Valentine and Regina McDaniel. And we've added great talent in that time with Elbert Pagan, with Eddie Ayala, with Mark Pafford. We've been blessed, and Lisa Pennington. We've been blessed to have such great senior leadership team. They do a great job every day making me look good, but without them, I certainly would not be here today. Thank you, everyone, for that. Before I wrap up, I just want to, and of course, all the great team that they have underneath them as well, all the great talent they have with their tag managers, their property tax division as well. We could certainly not do the job that we do without all of them there. And of course, I'd like to take a moment and recognize my 300-plus employees who have been back at work doing face-to-face transactions since the end of May, serving our community every single day throughout this COVID crisis. Despite that stress, our employees, like all public servants, show up to work day in and day out with an eagerness to serve. Whether it's a homeowner at risk of losing their property or a truck driver who needs to renew their commercial driver's license in order to haul essential goods, our workforce has served more than 470,000 customers in person since we reopened in May. And I'm grateful for each and every one of those employees, and I'm honored to serve them, and I'm honored to serve Orange County for the next 4 years as your Orange County tax collector. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, Mr. Tax Collector. Our final oath will be administered to the Orange County Supervisor of Elections, Bill Cowles. And if Orange County had a Dean of Constitutional Officers, Bill Cowles would be that person. He was elected in 1996, and he is widely respected for his work throughout the state and the nation. He'll be joined today by Cheryl Cowles. The oath will be administered by County Clerk Judge Jeanette Bigney of the 9th Judicial Circuit. Okay, good.
Good morning. Please raise your hand, your right hand. I state your name.
I, Bill Cowles,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and of the state of Florida, that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of the Orange County Supervisor of Elections, on which I am now about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. Cowles.
Thank you, Judge.
Hugs.
Good morning. And first and foremost, I want to thank my wife of almost 43 years for being here and suffering through all these elections with me. A major sacrifice. I also want to give a special shout out to Judge Jeanette Bigney. As you know, the election process requires a county judge to serve on the county canvassing board, and Judge Bigney has been a very faithful servant to this community as the chair, as the alternate, as the cheerleader for us for multiple election cycles. I hate to even think how many, but to Judge Bigney for her service, I truly appreciate it, and to this morning to be here. To Mayor Demings, thank you for that shout out about elder statesmen here. I will mention that this is my 7th election, and even if I finish the term, it might not go forward, not sure yet. But I will point out that I would still be 26 years younger than the former tax collector, Earl K. Wood. And so I will leave it to Scott Randolph to break that record, not me. But I do also want to thank the mayor for his leadership, and particularly during the most difficult year of 2020 as it relates to the pandemic. And I would like to use that to say that when we did the election in 2020, and I'm still trying to figure out with God why it was only in 2000 and 2020 was the only time he didn't give me an opponent. There's something about that. But in 2020, we conducted 3 countywide elections. And in those 3 elections, thanks to the support of Mayor Demings, the County Commission, and his administration, and to Superintendent Barbara Jenkins and the school board, Orange County did not close a single polling place. We had more early voting sites, more early voters, more vote-by-mail ballots than ever. But the truly remarkable stat is the full-time staff of the Orange County Elections Office, which I might point out we are the smallest because we only have 49 full-time positions. But when we do get to Election Day, I mirror or match the sheriff with over 3,200 full-time and part-time employees. Not a single not a single supervisor employee got the virus. As far as we know, all of our poll workers, no virus. This community was safe, and we were able to conduct the election safely, efficiently this past year. And the irony is not missing on the fact that the polls have been open for several hours in the state of Georgia. And as the mayor said, this democracy is strong and will survive whatever happens, whether it be today's election in Georgia, tomorrow's historic electoral college vote in D.C. We are set. Here in Orange County, the elections are good, fair, and accurate, and I look forward to continuing to serve each and every one of you as we move forward during the next 4 years. Thank you, and good morning.
Okay, our benediction will be delivered by Reverend Jose Rodriguez of Iglesia Episcopal Jesus de Nazaret.
Dios Todopoderoso, nuestro Padre Celestial, derrama sobre lo que ejercen cargos públicos en este estado y condado todos estos oficiales constitucionales recién jurados a su trabajo nuevo, el espíritu de sabiduría, caridad y justicia, a fin de que en ellos, en su ejercicio de su oficina, ellos pueden fielmente desempeñar sus funciones con firmeza de propósito para promover el bienestar de todo el pueblo. Por Jesucristo nuestro Señor. Amén. Thank you.
Well, that concludes our ceremony. I'd like to thank everybody for keeping your masks on, maintaining good social distance, and I'd also like to ask everyone to give our constitutional officers in one place a big hand. And now we're going to get them out of the direct sun because I'm sure they look like this. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy your day.